this is satanic whisper. As soon as you are sure that it's sunset, you break your fast. What do you break it with? Likewise, Muhammad used to break it with dates. If it was fresh dates available, he will break it with fresh dates. If he had no fresh dates, he will break it with dry dates. No dry dates, he will break it with water. Close, yes, isn't it? He will break it with water. So this is the way he broke it. An important point here. When we break our fast, the majority of us have already on a table banquets, correct? You got your rice, you got your chicken, you got your meat, you got your lasagna, you got your spaghetti, you got your chicken and toom. You've got your cups already. You got your sweets, your cakes, the Lebanese sweets. You got Allahumma musta'an ready. What do you do here? The sunnah, brothers and sisters, is that you break your fast on that basic. Dates, water, if you're able to break it on dates and water. You go and pray, then you go back and eat and drink till you're satisfied. This is the sunnah. You get more rewards for it if you do it the way, rahmakallah, as Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam performed it. Naam ya Ustaz Azad. If you go to someone's house and they presented the food on the table, then you eat with them. However, you do not delay that eating just before Isha, where you get many people, when they break their fast, they got so much food there, they think that food is going to run away. So they put all the food in front of them and they gobble it down, as though they're going to lose it or something. So they try to eat as fast as they can. Why? It's not going to run away, brothers and sisters. It's there in front of you. No one's going to come and eat it. There's no foxes or wolves around. Relax. Eat it with, in a comfortable way where your body will not get affected. So if you go to someone's house, eat, yes, with them, but do not prolong the time. Do not delay it. 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 tops. 20 minutes tops. Because Maghrib is only short. Its time is short. And it's not as we believe. When Isha comes today, it's the end of Maghrib. You can pray it 2 minutes before Isha. 2 minutes before Isha, the Maghrib is finished. Maghrib ends approximately an hour after Maghrib starts. So we've got to be very careful with Maghrib. Do not delay or prolong that time. Eat enough to be satisfied and pray. Naam ya Akhi al-Aziz. Are you allowed to swim? The scholars have said it is allowable if you are sure of yourself that you are a person who can control the swim. Good swimmer, does not swallow 100 tons of water as he swims. Then that person is allowable for him to swim. However, if you're in doubt, or you are sure of yourself that you cannot swim unless you gulp down gallons of water, then you are not allowed to swim. If you are allowed, the condition is that allows you to swim. If you are sure of yourself that when you swim, you're a good swimmer, that you do not drink while you swim. You know what I'm trying to say? No. When you have a shower, are you allowed? You are allowed. Are you allowed in Ramadan? You are allowed. You are allowed. Are you allowed to drink water in Ramadan? No, you're not. But you are allowed to rinse your mouth with water. Now, when you're having a shower, it's spraying on you. Is it not? So, you are allowed, as the scholars have mentioned, and what you have heard, it's better. I don't advise you guys and sisters to go and start swimming, especially in the deep, because you're taking a risk. But if you're able to control the situation, there is no harm, inshaAllah ta'ala. Also, I feel more comfortable eating standing up. When I sit down at 8, I eat too much. Can eat standing if this prevents me overeating during times other than Ramadan. In Ramadan and outside Ramadan, it's advised to sit, as the hadith mentions. However, as the scholars have said, it is allowable to stand up and eat. It's not liked, it's disliked. Some scholars have went to the extent where they have prohibited standing while eating and drinking. Others said it is only a disliked prohibition and not a absolute prohibition. It is better for you to sit down, inshaAllah ta'ala. Sorry? Next Wednesday night, inshallah, there's no more lessons until the second or third week after Ramadan. Until the second or third week after Ramadan, we resume the Wednesday night lessons. Any more questions? تفضل يا حبيبي. Tarawih prayers, is it better to pray at the mosque or at home? I believe, my opinion, if you're able to pray at home correctly, without fail, 13 units, 11 units, without fail, you pray it as it should be prayed, you're able to recite the Quran, then you pray it isolated. You pray it isolated. That's my opinion. Other opinion is that you pray it with the Imam, because the hadith does say whoever prays Tarawih with the Imam until the end, and then prays Fajr with the Imam that is in the mosque or in a place where there's congregation, then it is as though you have prayed all night. It is as though you have prayed all night. Beautiful. If you're able to pray with your family, your children, your wife, your grandma, your grandfather, your auntie, your uncle, the more the merrier. Now, if you forget your fasting and you drink, or you eat, or you do anything unintentionally which breaks the fast, then you are excused. However, as soon as you take heed of what you're doing, then you stop what you're doing, the breaker of fast, and you continue fasting for the rest of the day. And you do not have to expiate, nor do you have to make up for that day. Na'am ya Abdul Ghani.
For the person making adhan on Maghrib, is it better to break his fast first?
Absolutely. The mu'adhin, the caller or the announcer of prayer, it is best for him, as soon as he sees the sun set, to break his fast. Thus, he continues or he starts his proclamation. Na'am. Can you use your puffer? Difference amongst the scholars. The stronger opinion is, inshaAllah ta'ala, that, and Allah knows best, that it does not break your fast. Na'am ya habibi.
During Ramadan, are you allowed to sleep during the day?
Are you allowed to sleep? This is a sickness that we have. You are allowed to sleep what's called a qaylula. However, a sickness that we have amongst our people, the people of ignorance I call them, is that they make the nights their days and their days their nights. Which means, when Ramadan appears, they have so much blessing in this month, they stop work, they have the whole 30 days off, work first of all, and their night starts after Fajr. Meaning, they start sleeping from Fajr, they may get up for Dhuhr, they may get up, they may not. Likewise for Asr, and then they get up. Before they get up, they go back to sleep. And then when Maghrib comes, what's for dinner? What's for breakfast, you can say. What's for breakfast? What have you done? And all night, videos or, TV or DVDs or music or outings or, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. When I was in the Middle East last year, they have special month outings, Ramadan outings. And they have these so-called pop singers and pop stars appearing in different restaurants. And subhanAllah, it's like a party for them. Ramadan to them is like a party. They don't know what worship is. They wouldn't have a clue what the definition of worship means. To them, worship is to enjoy yourself in the nights of Ramadan. And all nights, all they do is sit down on videos or listen to music or do things that they would like to do throughout the day, but they cannot do because they're fasting. And then when Fajr comes, they're so tired that they sleep throughout the whole day. Is this fasting? Is this fasting? Allahu Alam if it's even accepted. Now, but you are allowed what's called a qaylula. What's a qaylula? What's a qaylula? To have a midday nap, which is actually sunnah to have. If you stay awake from Fajr to Dhuhr, it is sunnah to have a midday nap. From Dhuhr to Asr. From Dhuhr to Asr. But don't make it from Duha to Maghrib. Make it from Dhuhr to Asr. Attaqillah Azza wa Jal. نعم يا أستاذ مصباح.
Besides Tarawih, what other things can you do in Ramadan?
Besides Tarawih, what other acts of worship is advised? Everything is advised. Everything that pleases your Lord is advised. However, since it's the month of the Quran, in which the Quran was revealed, it is highly advised to recite the whole Quran in that month. To complete the recitation if you're able to. If you're able to. If you cannot read it, listen to it. Listen to it throughout the whole month. Learn it. Study it. Memorize it. Implement it. Most important. Other acts of worship that you are advised to do: give charity. Be good to your fellow Muslims. Remember Allah Ta'ala a lot. Throughout the nights, pray. As much as you can, pray. All acts are multiplied. They increase in reward during the month of Ramadan. Naam ya Subhi. The night of decree and i'tikaf. First of all, the night of decree, when is it? It is in the last 10 nights of Ramadan. Brothers, if you do not want to listen, please let others do. The night of decree is in the last 10 nights. What nights is this? It's in the odd nights. It has been authentically collected that it is the odd night in the last 10 nights of Ramadan. Not particularly on the 27th night, no. The odd nights of the last 10 nights. What its reward? It is better than 1,000 months. About 1,000 months. In other words, he who stays up that night and seeks the pleasure of Allah Ta'ala, prays, does a lot of acts of worship during the night of the Laylatul Qadr, all his sins will be forgiven. All his sins will be forgiven. As for i'tikaf, before that, how do you sort of revive the night of decree? What are you supposed to do? It's not like a lot of people do, where they turn the lights off and start saying Allah, Allah, or hu. No. You might find this in the Kemba Mosque or Auburn Mosque. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Those who have the ability to change that there, please change it. You are committing good for Islam, inshallah. It is your duty in that night to pray a lot, recite Quran, remember Allah Ta'ala a lot, on your own. Isolate yourself. Isolate yourself. And Muhammad Sallallahu in the last 10 nights of Ramadan, he would wake up his whole family, his wives. And what the hadith mentions, Aisha, he would tie the belt, meaning he would tie the belt of worship and increase the worship in the last 10 nights especially. He would tie the belt, as Aisha mentions, and increase the worship. And tightening the belt means he restrains himself. He constricts himself in the last 10 nights, especially to do nothing which is worldly, only Islamically. Divine lifestyle in the last 10 nights. Not to be a Sufi, a mystic Sufi, sitting down and meditating, no. But to worship Allah Ta'ala through prayer, reading Quran, remembrance, all things that Allah is pleased with. What's the signs of Laylatul Qadr? The signs of the night of decree. In the morning you see the sun with beautiful rays. You will know that Laylatul Qadr was that night. The sun comes out beautiful with rays that are enlightening, very nice. Likewise, it is a peaceful and calmful night. Very peaceful and calmful night. As for i'tikaf, which is known linguistically as seclusion or isolation, which is to seclude yourself in the corner of a mosque or in the corner of a place that you would like to do i'tikaf, this is highly advised, as Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam would do this at the end of every Ramadan, 10 nights. The last 10 nights, he would seclude himself. Even the ladies are allowed. Even the ladies, if there is a facility that provides the lady with i'tikaf, it is advised, as Muhammad Sallallahu and his wives done i'tikaf. If you're able to do it together, it is even allowed. Your wife and yourself. If you can do it together in the same complex, you are allowed, as long as there's no fitna, which is the ladies seeing the men and the men seeing the ladies.